The first thing you're going to want to do when you walk into the youth hall is turn on the iMacs and then turn on the power supply on the bottom of the rack. And then the Nova Star is what powers the LED wall. So turn that on as well. Then you're going to need to wait maybe a minute or two for those things to boot up and you get logged in. But once you've done that, you're going to want to launch ProPresenter 6. ProPresenter is the software we use to display lyrics and videos and backgrounds. And we have an assortment of material available in there. So just find whatever you like and whatever works for your service. You can put lyrics on the screen there as well. And then on the second iMac, you're going to want to launch LightKey. And LightKey is our lighting software controller. So open up the project that's appropriate for your service. And then you'll notice on the right-hand side, there's many different presets and lighting scenes we have available. Feel free to make your own, but find whatever works for the mood that you're trying to create in your service. Now, for broadcasting, we are using the Blackmagic ATEM television studio switcher, and we've got 3 different camera angles and 2 computer sources in there. And so if you're wanting to cut to the material that's on the LED wall, for example, this background, if you want that full screen, that's going to be input number 3, and you're going to select that, and that's going to put that full screen program. And then you've got your other camera angles there that you can cut to as well. Now, if you're wanting to do lower thirds lyrics on top of video, you're actually going to launch that from the second computer and then choose downstream key. And what that does is it turns on the lyrics on the bottom lower third. So as you go through and you go through these lower third lyrics, they're going to appear on the bottom third as an overlay on top of your video. So that's a really cool feature we have. We also provide a wireless headset system for the youth hall. And so there's 4 different headsets. We've got 4 batteries. It's rechargeable. If it's red, it means it's charging. If it's green, it's a full charge. Take one of the green ones, pull it out, open up the headset, and slide the battery in there. Close the hatch there, and then turn it on. Now, what I do want to point out is it's important that you make sure number 1 is turned on, because number 1 is actually the master headset. So the system only works if 1 is on. So make sure that you turn 1 on. Now, I do want to point out that when you're sitting there, in order to talk, you have to lower the microphone. So when it's lowered, the line of communication is on. But then when you lift it up, so if you're wanting silence or there's too much noise or whatever, you're going to want to turn it up, and that mutes it. For the camera operators, what you do to turn the camera on is switch it on. And you'll notice there's a tripod locking mechanism, so you can loosen it up, and that actually gives you the ability to move the camera or lock it off, and you can be hands-free. But what we're going to do is show you the fluid drag system. So these tripods are really great. You can tighten or loosen the amount of drag you want. So if it's loose, you're going to be able to move the camera back and forth really quickly. Or if you tighten it up, you can move it back and forth slowly. Same thing, we have tilt, drag, loosen it, or tighten it up. I prefer things to be more tight than loose. And then again, lock it off if you're going to let go. Now to zoom in and zoom out, we have a hammer switch here. There's a W and a T. It stands for wide and then tight. And you'll see here in a second that if I push on the wide, it zooms out. And if I push down on tight, it zooms in tight. Now these are pressure sensitive, and so the more you push, the faster they go. But right here, this is a nice example of a slow zoom in. Now to stream, what you're going to do is go to Google Chrome and launch Caster. That's caster.io. So type that in, open up that web page. This is a software we use to simulcast. You're going to go to log in, and the email and password should already be saved, and it should log you in automatically. We've got 3 different rooms we stream in, but we're obviously in the youth hall. So click on the youth hall encoder. launch that page, you'll notice that it says it's waiting for a stream, so it's not getting any signal. So what you need to do is then go to the encoder, which is located on top of the box, and push stream. Just push it one time, you'll see the light blinking. And what that's gonna do is it's actually going to send the video signal to Caster. See, it's loading media. And once we see that, we know that we're getting a good video signal in. Then you can tell that we've got a bunch of different social profiles here, Bethesda Community Church, community.bethesda. So make sure that you don't accidentally go live to the wrong page. We've done this before, so just pay attention to that, all right? So if you're a Spanish service, you would hit on right there. But what you don't want to do is not hit on here. That's toggle all of them on, and that will turn them all live. We don't want that to happen, so do not do that. If you want to record, you can hit the record button on the encoder. The only way to record would be to have a USB drive or an SD card. Feel free to bring one, do that, hit record, and it'll drop the file there. When you're ready to stop your stream, just turn off your social profile stream, and that will stop sending it to YouTube or Facebook, and then come to the encoder and hit the stream button again. Now notice they're gonna see this video signal freeze. That lets us know we're not seeing a signal anymore. And then, as always, whenever you're finished with your service, please make sure you quit all of the software. So it's ProPresenter, Lightroom, Google, Caster, whatever. Quit all of that. Then make sure you turn off the LED wall as well as the power supply for the broadcast equipment. And then also don't forget to turn the cameras off.